I'm here with Ben Hanlin now, the star of ITV2's Tricked, and he's hosting the entire event today. So Ben, welcome here. How does it feel to be hosting?
Feels good. It's not started yet, so it's kind of the calm before the storm. I'm enjoying it. I've never been to an event like this where 1,000 kids and students are going to pitch ideas in an entrepreneurial way. So I'm quite looking forward to it. It's like our own Dragon's Den. And I'm obviously an ex-Dragon, Theo Pafitis, is going to be here. So I'm excited to meet him because he's been someone that obviously I know that the students are inspired by, but he's someone who's also inspired me over the years. So it's going to be a fun day, I think.
And tell us a bit about yourself. Obviously, you work as a magician with Tricked on ITV2, but you've got quite an entrepreneurial background as well.
I guess so. Yeah, in 2011, I won Midlands Young Entrepreneur of the Year award, which was quite good. And they basically kind of awarded me that because I used to take magic and go to corporates and use my magic to sell products in a completely different way that hadn't been done before. And then I set up my own YouTube channel, which ended up getting kind of international recognition and ended up where TV channels started to pick that up. And from all that, I eventually got to write and create my own TV show.
And am I right in saying you use social media to just track down celebs and find them? Michael McIntyre was in a car, you just found out where they were and just said, I want to do a trick on you.
Yeah, it was this attitude that when I used to do it about 4 years ago when social media, Twitter and Facebook was pretty new, I believed that anyone in the world was accessible. So you could, within 24 hours, if you really put your mind to it, you could meet them using social media, track them down and do a trick to them. So that's what I used to do, and then I turned them into videos. And then one thing led to another, and it evolved to essentially what made Tricked on ITV2.
One of the main things we're looking at today is whether people really need a degree if they want to be an entrepreneur. Now, you have a degree, but what's your opinion on this?
It's an interesting subject, this, and there's no right or wrong answer. There's certain jobs where you do need a degree. So my degree was in chartered surveying. So I then got a job as a chartered surveyor, and then I realised that I didn't like it, and I thought if I'm going to have to do this for 40 years, I'm going to try and do a job which I enjoy, which was magic. So I didn't now need a degree for what I'm doing, but there are certain things like if you're going to be a solicitor, if you're going to be a doctor, an accountant, you need a degree to achieve that goal. But then there are other things where, especially in my field of work now, media and TV, a lot of it you feel that you can kind of learn, and there's a lot of people that are going to university not knowing what they want to do, and they're studying things like history or English, which is fine, and it's a solid degree, but then they'll get a job that has nothing to relate to that. And if you look at that from a business investment, if you're accruing £40,000 worth of debt, and if you imagine you're starting a business and you put £40,000 into a business, that business has to give you a return to justify that 40 grand investment. So a lot of the time, people are coming out and getting marketing jobs for 15, 16, 17,000 pounds, and it kind of doesn't justify the 40 grand debt. So in some cases, I say it's best to not go to university, and then if you're willing to work hard, if you're self-motivated and you're willing to kind of go out there for a few years and work for very low income or work on an apprenticeship scheme, you might find yourself in a better position. But as I say, each to their own. I'm sure this debate's going to rage on for many years, and especially with changing school fees, it's going to be an interesting topic to see how it goes.
Definitely. And finally, Theo's going to be here today looking at life skills. It's all about teaching life skills. So in your opinion, what skills are needed to succeed in, well, particularly a creative industry, but for people that have a dream that's slightly more obscure and different and isn't the ordinary career path, what skills do you need?
One skill I think you need is self-belief. You genuinely need to be able to pick yourself up on a bad day and keep going and believe that eventually it's gonna work. But obviously that needs to be balanced with common sense and logic. You can't just kind of believe in making chocolate teapots or something, because they might not catch on. So it's self-belief and motivation. You have to be able to get up every day, because no one's going to wake you up out of bed every morning. Your mum's not going to be there with a cup of tea. You have to get up every morning and just keep going and going and going. So if you've got self-belief and motivation, then you're on your way.
Brilliant. Thanks, Ben. I cannot wait to see you perform some tricks on stage later on. It's so exciting.
Cheers.